Christopher Bell running second. Ryan Blaney is third. Tyler Reddick fourth. And Justin Allgaier fifth. But now we're hearing that Justin Allgaier might be nursing a right front tire that could be giving him some issues.
Yeah, we saw the 22 car, how loose he looked right there. It makes me wonder if, we saw that right rear earlier, actually corded on a car. And makes me wonder if that 22 has abused his right rear tire. Now he's struggling. I know that Christopher Bell got by him with traffic, but once Christopher Bell got by him, he is driven away from Blaney.
And again, as we were mentioning, this is the longest green flag run of the day. That is 47 laps that have been run under green flag conditions. 9 laps to go from Kansas. Parker.
And Jeff, you were right about that 22. He's actually gotten tight right now. So I believe maybe they could be having the same issue as we heard on the 7, just maybe going a little bit too far on those tires right now.
Yeah, so there you go. So if you're Ryan Blaney, what do you do? I mean, the only thing you can do, basically, you're not going to win this race unless something crazy happens. So just stay in the game. Hope a late race caution comes out, come down pit road, and now you got a shootout and anything can happen. But you're not going to run Eric Jones down all the way, basically 2.5 seconds ahead. So just stay ahead of 4th place at this point.
Let's listen in to the 9 radio.
Back up there with 7, man. Need every point we can get for this thing.
Right now, 25 points ahead of the cutoff line is William Byron. And if a non-playoff driver ends up winning this race, which Eric Jones could do that and be a non-playoff driver, that would mean that there would be 2 guaranteed spots that would get into the Homestead Miami Championship 4 that would be based on points.
Well, Rick, don't look now, but the 18 of Christopher Bell, Jeff, you said it. He has left the 22. Well, he has closed this gap down to 0.7 of a second. I'm not sure the 20 of Eric Jones is riding just to let him get that close. That's got to be too close for comfort, Marty.
And Steve, they just a moment ago grazed the wall on the 18 for Christopher Bell. They told him, hey, make sure you got something to race with him when you get up there to him. So 18's grazed the wall a little bit. Not too bad, but it's certainly catching his teammate, Eric Jones.
Well, under a half a second now as he scrapes the wall again. Rick, this is going to be a great 5-lap battle to the checkered.
And the 2 right now running the highest line around the track that we have seen all day. Right up against the wall. And closing the gap is Christopher Bell.
And the higher he gets, the more grip he seems to have. So, yeah, he doesn't want to hit the wall, but at the same time, with 5 to go, you got to get there. You got to push your car as hard as you can.
Under 0.3 of a second, separating the top 2. Under 5 to go.
Now, catching him one thing, he's passing him another. We've seen as cars have caught a guy running to the top, it's been very difficult to pull the pass off. So Christopher Bell right now needs to focus on getting there first. Do not try to formulate a plan until you get there. Once you get there, then formulate that plan.
And Jeff, no one has ever got their first ever Xfinity Series win here at Kansas. Can Christopher Bell break that streak?
Christopher Bell running second, closing in on the 20 of Eric Jones. Under 4 laps to go.
Look at the speed that Bell has in the middle of the corner compared to Eric Jones. Just destroyed him through the middle of the corner. Now he's trying to take a look.
He's got to run. He looks to the inside as they dive into turn 1. Christopher Bell takes the lead away, but here comes the 20. Contact made. The 20 into the wall. So's the 18. Smoke coming out the back. The 20 slowed way down. Now, will the 18 be able to continue? And hearing that the 00 of Cole Custer also has a flat, he's on pit road. Christopher Bell out in front. Can he continue? Under 3 laps to go from Kansas.
Christopher Bell basically slid job. Eric Jones overdrove the inch of the corner, drove up in front of him. And Eric Jones didn't appreciate it, just stayed in the throttle and made major contact.
Slide job. I thought we were at Knoxville there, Jeff. He came right up and just parked it in front of the leader. He has every right to do it. But you mentioned it, Eric Jones didn't get out of the gas on purpose. Not happy about that move.
And he said so on the radio. He is not happy with young Christopher Bell. So this will be interesting post-race between the teammates.
Well, and Eric Jones has damage to his car. He's on the apron on the front straightaway, the right front. It has a flat. This may bring out the caution. I don't think it will.
He's going to try to stay on the apron and get back all the way around, which will be a long, long trip around for him to get to pit road, as we are now 1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. The 14 sliding up the racetrack as well. That was J.J. Yaley. A half a lap remains for Christopher Bell, looking for his first career win in the Xfinity Series start. Through turns 3 and 4. Christopher Bell, the 22-year-old, comes back to the finish line. He'll win at Kansas.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
An aggressive move.
Nice job.
Gets Christopher Bell his first Xfinity Series win. And let's look back to how he took the lead away. He had the run on the 20 of Eric Jones.
Well, he had run Eric Jones down, so they're going down the back straightaway. You see he's got a good run, so makes the decision to go to the left. Now watch how far he drives in the corner. Carries a ton of speed, is never going to be able to stay on the bottom. Never intended to, slid up in front. And Eric Jones just wasn't going to lift.
Jeff, I know Eric Jones is disappointed, but I'm not saying it was the cleanest move, but he hit him in the rear bumper, which tells me the 18 was clear, even though he was well off the pace when he slid up in front of him.
Well, he was definitely clear, but you know, he cleared himself by overdriving the corner and then having to park it in front of the guy he was passing. And when you do that, you expose yourself to potentially getting wrecked. Obviously, Christopher Bell came out the winner and did what he needed to do to win the race, and it wasn't because Eric Jones let him, I can promise you that.
So the interesting thing post-race between the 18 and the 20 will be that they are both fielded through Joe Gibbs Racing. Teammates as of sort, but as we've heard before, you don't race that way. On the racetrack, everyone for themselves. And you see the celebration now for Christopher Bell. Bell running for a championship in the Camping World Truck Series. He'll run full-time in the Xfinity Series next year, but gets his first Xfinity Series win, and it comes in 2017.
Well, what was impressive about that is that it appeared that Eric Jones had this race won. He was gone, and those last 10 laps, he just could not keep pace. And look at the damage on Eric Jones' car. I mean, he didn't hit Bell a little bit. He creamed him when he hit him.
He hit him a ton and then slid up into the wall, did a lot of damage to the right side of that car. Very disappointed after Eric Jones led 186 laps of the 200, but didn't want to give up the lead. Got into the back of the 18 as he did the slide job right up in front of him. In the end, it's Christopher Bell that celebrates the win at Kansas. Last 10 races, 10 different winners. Christopher Bell adding his name at the bottom of this list. Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, and now Christopher Bell, all first-time winners. So 3 out of the last 4 races, a first-time winner in the Xfinity Series. Kelly.
And a tough finish here for Eric Jones, who dominated so much of this race. What did you think of the move there that Christopher Bell made on you to take the lead?
Well, I mean, it's not dirt racing. You know, he's not clear. I can't just stop on the top. I mean, I didn't expect him just to drive in on the bottom. So far, he wouldn't be able to hold his lane. It's unfortunate. You know, the research camera was really good, and I thought we were going to race for the win, and unfortunately, there wasn't much of a race. It was more of a wreck. So it's unfortunate. You know, but we'll just have to move on. It's the first race in a while. We've had a good Xfinity car, and you know, I was just thinking we were going to have a good shot there to win, but it is what it is, and you know, it's going to happen.
All right, thank you, Eric. Rick.
And again, the move that Eric Jones is talking about was this slide move, more or less. He said it's not dirt racing. This is definitely a typical dirt move.
Well, I think right here, I don't think Eric Jones think he's coming all the way to the rate, you know, all the way to the wall, and Eric's staying in the gas, thinking he's going to jump back on the outside of him, and he just never kept coming up the racetrack. And I agree with Eric Jones. Like, there was Christopher Bell had to stop in front of him, but you know that it happened, and he got the win.
Well, ultimately, the car that's in victory lane is the 18 of Christopher Bell. Marty?
In just his 5th career start here in the Xfinity Series, Christopher Bell winds up in victory lane. He's going to celebrate. The team's going to celebrate. You know that. But what's going to be talked about is the move on his teammate, Erik Jones. Impressive win for you, but I got to ask you, any second thoughts about the move that you pulled on your teammate, Erik Jones?
I haven't seen it, so I can't really talk much about it. But, you know, I never want to wreck anyone, especially my teammate. But I don't know. My spotter said clear. I drove it in really deep. I felt like I cleared him. I don't know.
Here's the replay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I was clear, so it's my first Xfinity win. I'm sorry that Erik couldn't finish the race, but man, I'm just stoked. This thing was awesome. This JBL Toyota Camry was absolutely outstanding, and I'm really thankful to be able to be a part of the Joe Gibbs Racing Foundation. It's a dream come true to be here, and to be able to win in the Xfinity Series is just it's something that I dreamed of as a kid, so really excited about that.
Erik says he wishes it was racing for the winning, but he said that was a wreck for the win. Your thoughts on that and what you might say to Erik after this?
Well, I mean, I'm going to apologize. It sucks that we couldn't race it out or he didn't finish the race, but I don't know, man. I cleared him there, and we're both on old tires. We're both sliding around, and I was going to the top.
Final few laps, did you think, hey, I might be able to catch him here, because it looked like he was going to run away with this thing?
Yeah, well, I ran him down from however far back I was, and then I got there, and it's always tough to make the pass because you get up there and the air gets disturbed, and it's tough because you don't have the grip that you have by yourself. But you know, just really thankful to be here, and bummed the way it finished, but happy it held on, man. I was getting tire smoke inside the car there those last couple of laps, and was worried we weren't going to make it.
This young 22-year-old has 5 wins in the Camping World Truck Series. Now, guess what, Rick? He has an Xfinity Series win as well.
Well, Jeff, you heard it right there. Sorry, Rick. I was going to say, Jeff, you and I were discussing it. You heard it right there. Erik Jones says you can't come up and stop in front of me. That's a dirt track move. Well, the dirt track racer said I was clear and I was going to the top. He has every right to do it. I think it comes down to the opinion. You and I talk all the time. What is correct racing on the racetrack? These two have a difference of opinion. And the 18 said, hey, this is my first win. I was going to take it. It's going to be an interesting conversation between teammates when this is all over.
Well, listen, young drivers going for a win, right? I mean, that's what this is. And surely Christopher Bell drives right here, and yes, he had him cleared, but the only way he was going to clear him was to stop the car right in front of Erik Jones to keep from getting into the wall. Had he not slowed it down that much, Bell would have gotten into the wall, and Erik Jones is like, what do you want me to do? I mean, so is it a situation where they could both be right? You know what I mean? Like, it's without a doubt young drivers going at it, going for the win. Christopher Bell put Erik Jones in a position where he had a decision he had to make, and Erik Jones didn't appreciate it, and Erik Jones made the decision, which I think it happened so quick. I don't think Erik thought he was coming up there. Right. So he was in the gas, and it's just hard racing.
Because of the damage to the 20 of Erik Jones, who was running second, he fell all the way back to 15th. Moving up to the second spot was Tyler Reddick. And Parker talked to him just moments ago.
Tyler Reddick finishes second after starting on the pole. A great run, Tyler. Made a lot of headway there in that last run. What'd you need maybe to compete up further to the front?
Well, it's always at Kansas, you're right on the fine line of too tight or too loose. And just at the end there, we were a little too tight again. Our 3-start before, we were a little bit on the loose side, and we lost a little bit of track position up front, but we were better in the end. We couldn't pass. So we were just trying to, find the happy medium. Unfortunately, when I lost a couple positions on restart right before the end of the stage 2, it was just hard to gain that back. We had a good car. For a minute there, it looked like anything could have happened. We were going to win. The 22's tire was coming apart. So just big thanks to PBR Music Group, Ineos, Parker Store, Chevrolet, and Xfinity for, giving young guys like us a chance to race in this series, and thanks Chip Ganassi Racing for letting me run this car. It's been a rocket ship, and it's a shame. Really wanted to win for him today, but second place isn't bad.
And you won at Kentucky, the pole here. You had some great runs in this car, been very fast. What does this mean for next year, going full time? Is this the momentum you need, some of the runs you wanted to show before you go full time?
Yeah, sure. It's always good. I just want to run good for my guys over Ganassi. They're trying to get their first owners championship, or just championship in general. And winning would have been nice, but second's about as good as you can be without winning. So we'll see what Kyle does at Texas, and hopefully Alex has a good run at Phoenix, and we're there at Homestead.
Been some great runs for Tyler Reddick in this 42 car this season.
They had the 0-0 of Cole Custer. They tried a little pit strategy early in the race, changing just 2 right side tires, but then in the end had to come back to pit road. very late because of a tire going down, was in the top 10. And then after the tire issue right there, you hear the tire go. He comes to pit road and ends up 19th today.
Look
at the points.
Yeah, so think about that, though. He had a problem late in the race, but getting those stage points makes this not as bad as it could have been. So he earned those stage points by gambling a little bit. After blowing a tire late in the race, to only be 8 points back, I call that a win. It could have been much worse had he not gotten those stage points.
And Parker caught up with him just moments ago as well.
You guys ready? Cole Custer finishes 19th after being in the top 10 for most of the race. Had a tire issue there. Just describe me what happened there in that final run.
Looks like we ran over something. There's a big cut in the tire, but it just sucks. I mean, we kind of fought the car a little bit all day, but it was definitely, we made the best out of it, I feel like, and we were going to end up all right. But it just is what it is. We had a solid Haas on a mission, Code 3 Mustang, but it was just how it goes sometimes. But we'll rebound in the next couple races.
You guys got 5 stage points, virtue of 1 point in the first stage, 4 in the second stage. You guys used a little bit of strategy, too. Did you agree with that strategy that Jeff Marion was pulling there to put you on 4 new tires for that second stage?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it got us a lot of stage points there, more than we probably would have had if we stayed out. So I think it was definitely a good call in my opinion, and I think the stage points definitely saved us a little bit today.
And as we look ahead through this round, if you guys are going to compete for the championship in the Champ 4 at Miami, what do you guys need to improve on from today that you saw?
It's kind of hard because we haven't raced here all year, so we didn't really know what to expect. But it was we got it better. I think this place is in our strong suit, but I think we have some good tracks coming up.
Yeah, some good tracks coming up for the 00 team and Cole Custer as they continue to fight for this championship.
7th for Sadler this afternoon, but I heard you breaking it down on the way in. You felt like it could have been a whole lot more, but for that spin.
Oh, man, we had a rocket, especially on long runs. We were really fast, and right before I spun, like the first 5 laps before that, we were the fastest car on the track, and a tire came apart. I don't know if I run over something or not, but the right rear came apart. That's when in turn 3, and he just came around quick on us. And fortunate enough, everybody behind me did a great job, and I gave them a big target to hit, but they didn't hit us. But I'm proud of Hunt Brothers Pizza. They came on with us this year. They let us run the pink car for breast cancer awareness, but we kept fighting, and that's what all those people with breast cancer do each and every day of their lives, especially my mom. So proud of my guys for not giving up, making adjustments on the pit stop, taking our time, fixing it, and then driving back up there, close to the front. So I'm not sure where we're at on points, but all in all, a good day.
When crew chief Kevin and I were talking about the strength of the program, the 1.5 miles had not been it this year. How does this day tell the future, maybe?
Yeah, I was really happy with the beginning. We drove up to 6th, and then we were up to, I could see the guys there before. I think we were up to 5th before we lost the tire. So this is the best 1.5 miles we've had in a while, which we've been good the last couple months, but I was really comfortable today, good in traffic, and that bodes well for us going to Texas here in 2 weeks. So proud of my guys, all the guys at JRM. Good job in the fab shop getting this car ready. We're going to have to work on it some more before we run it again, and great job in the engine shop, and we'll just keep digging. That's what we need to do.
Strong turnaround for Elliott this afternoon.
Well, Brennan Poole collected stage points, both stage 1 and 2. Then it was kind of a botched pit stop that cost you some track position. What were you guys lacking there in that final stage to really go up there and compete?
Yeah, I think, all in all, we just needed to be a little bit better all weekend. We were lacking some speed, but we had some good long run speed. It's just so tough to pass here. And, we got some good stage points in the first 2 stages. And then when we fell behind on that last pit stop, it was just hard to make it back up. We were fighting loose there that last run. But I'm just proud of the effort. We got +5 now to the good. So it's a good first run. It was way to survive. We always fight to the end. So proud of the team effort, and we'll be better at Texas. And just want to thank Chevrolet, Xfinity, everybody who's been involved with this program to help us do what we do out here. It's been a blast all year, and I'm looking forward to headed and racing in front of my home crowd in Texas.
Yeah, so you come away with a 12th place finish, as you said. Talk about just the teamwork and that you guys were able to recover from the mistake on pit road and have a clean day.
Yeah, this team has been really strong the past couple months. We've been really fast. We've been right there. We had 3 top 5s in a row leading up to this weekend. We've been contending for wins, and so I think it puts us as a serious threat to win this title. So, we had some things go our way today where we were able to gain a little bit of a lead and get some cushion. So it'll be same as always. In 2 weeks, we'll have to get some stage points and have another good run in my home state. And I feel like we can go win.
We look forward to Texas. Thank you.
Thank you.
The goal in racing is always to get to the finish line first. That's exactly what Christopher Bell was able to do today. Erik Jones might not be too happy about it, but big smiles on the face of young Christopher Bell.